Hey everyone, welcome. It's Carla with DiscoverYourCenter.com, and today I want to share with you a little story from my weekend. Something happened and I just felt like I needed to share it. So Sunday was a really hard day of parenting. It was filled with moments of challenge. It was filled for all of us. I think there was just a underlying grouchiness that existed, and you know how when that's happening, sometimes we can start directing it on other people, and it just seemed to be pinging back and forth between the whole family. But in particular, with my 9-year-old, we seemed to really be struggling. Neither one of us were showing up as our best self, and there was a lot of frustration, and it just felt negative, and it felt like there was this toxic vortex that we were just being drawn into, no matter how much I tried to step back and breathe and stay connected and occasionally ask Ben, like, I need a break, can you come in? It was a hard day. And then it came time for shower. She needed to bathe. And often in this family, when someone takes a shower, they come out feeling really refreshed and new, but it still wasn't the case. She came out still sort of with a stream of negative commentary, and I just didn't know what to do anymore. And so I was silent and I was breathing. I sat on the toilet and just kind of put my head down and just was breathing, and in many ways asking for guidance, not sure what to do, but knowing that I needed to be there. And she sat on the floor and began to towel off, and then it became time to lube up. And this is a practice we do in our family. I've shared many times, and I'll put a link below. It's part of my own self-care that I've been doing for about 5 years now, and the benefits are huge. And my kids see me do this, and I've also been helping them lube up, and they're learning this practice on their own. So without any reminders, she just reached for the oil and began to put oil on her body. And in that moment, everything shifted in the bathroom. It was lighter, and I could see her body soften, and I could feel and hear her breath rhythm change. And I could see the muscles on her face that had been tense and scrunched relax. And she even began humming. And after her whole body was lubed, she turned to me and said, "Mom, can you do my back?" And I said, "Of course." And so she immediately went into child's pose, and I took some oil, put it between my hands, and started rubbing on her back, and then more around the sides of her body. And she said, "Oh, can you please do more here?" and kind of guided my hands. And everything shifted, and she began to tell me stories about a play date with a friend the previous day, and she began to reach and tickle my toes, and everything was lighter, and all of our engagements became more loving, more kind. And in that moment, I just realized, yes, this practice is so powerful. It has been for me. Oil has these healing elements that I don't think I could begin to describe. But it's so powerful, and I know it, and so I share it with all my clients, and I hear the same back from them. And the native language of yoga and Sanskrit, the native language of yoga and Ayurveda is Sanskrit. And the Sanskrit word for oil, which is where this practice comes from, Ayurveda, is sneha. All right? Sneha means oil, but it also means love. So oil and love. And you put these two things together, and it's like the potential to heal from the inside out, from the outside in, both at the same time. And I'm often reminded about how many times in the Bible or ancient scriptures that we see stories of anointing and the power of oil and laying of hands, right? This is what this self-care practice is. Oil in your own healing hands and rubbing it on your body. Getting yourself out of your head and into your body, calming the nervous system. So many things on the physiological level, but then on a deeper level as well. Very subtle. And it's what I saw in that moment, and it's what I know to be true for my own practice. And another big moment for me in that bathroom on Sunday was realizing, yes, this is why I'm passionate about what I do with you. This is why I share. This is why I'm passionate about self-care, I practice because I want my kids to learn it as well. I want them to learn how to become their own best caregivers. I want them to learn that it can heal. I also understand that the more I take care of myself, the better I can care for my family. The more loving kindness that comes through me and then eventually comes through them. And it becomes a better world, all right? And I desire a healing and wholeness for my children. And I'm learning to do that for myself. It's harder to do for myself than for my kids. But when I do it, this is what I see. And so I invite you to step into this one simple self-care practice of lubing up. If you already practice, please let me know how it's going. And if it's new, get yourself some oil. Below you'll find a link to a blog post, Fast from Stress and Feast on Radical Self-Care. And you'll find the benefits and a link to a video in there. Let me know how it goes. And I'm so grateful that you joined me. Love yourself, take care of yourself, so you can take care of your family. Namaste.